Hello, Canada and crypto fans in the United States and Newfoundland. Welcome to this evening's video, and as well as cryptocurrency fans in Europe and other nations as well. Let's take a quick look at the markets, talk about sports as well. The Toronto Maple Leafs right now leading the New York Rangers 1-0 at the end of the first period, so I can't do this for too long because intermissions last about 15 or plus so minutes. And I did make a late wager at the end of the first period for the Leafs total to go over 3.5 goals. They lead 1-0 right now, and the Rangers are playing very sloppy. The Leafs have missed opportunities, and I think they're going to score 4, 5, 6 goals still within this game. So that is how I played that particular side. I also laid a goal and a half tonight on the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Winnipeg Jets, and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Bitcoin, and it's interesting because I stated earlier that I was impressed with how this wasn't breaking down. Because the pattern, as it shows, when you have this rally like this, quickly coming back to the 18 lows in the congestion area so fast within such, is relatively bearish. And after a after a just pause period from the third down one, it looked as if it was going to go down, but it rallied up and it's held the 18, and we can see how the 18 started to rise, breaking this level of resistance, coming back, and now very good green candle lifting off higher. We move this to the 15-minute term, quick move. I like how it's been grinding its way up ever since. 5-minute and nice little sideways consolidation there. Let's take a look next at Steem, STEEM, which on the daily term has had a nice little breakout, making a statement, wanting to revert the trend, so either reversal of trend or a failed move coming along the way. So like always, I need to see it hold around this 730-ish or so area against Bitcoin. This was a very big level of resistance, really 716, low 700s. I'd like to see it hold short-term time frame, breaking above this level of resistance with a very good gain, and has been slowly correcting some of its price down ever since. We can see short term, it looks like maybe a little bit lower, maybe, but it's got a long ways to go within its correction. Of course, still well above, of course, where I need to see it hold. So we'll see how this works out amongst Steem. Status is next. I talked about this earlier, and it made it move right up to this key 540 resistance level. And within the single hour time frame, it's happening this hour. And I don't think I've had a sell target hit on it. And obviously it's a little above the 540 on my end. But nonetheless, when these markets move fast, 455 up to 540, that's like a 20%-ish or so move. So that's looking pretty good so far. And again, like always on these situations, I like to see it hold roughly around the 455 to about mid 450s, 440 and higher. So yeah, that's the must hold area. If it gets above this level that we show this line, well, I mean, there's just a lot of space that it could potentially move up to. Ethereum is starting to have a nice little move on the 5-minute time frame. We can see how it broke this level of resistance, single hour, nice little breakout. Not like it was a surprise. I like how the 18 has been showing what it's showing. Within the 4 hour, just having a nice leg higher. And on the daily, well, just extending it as it's pretty much looking bull market territory within such. But now on the weekly chart, this is where it's going to get very interesting because we're approaching the 18 average of highs, which is currently in at the 321 handle. And that's obviously the level of resistance. But if it gets above there, it very easily could. Going to 370, I mean, that's not that big of a surprise. And let's finish this off with LITECOIN, which has been in a major decline since these October highs, going from a little over 80, now in at 35, losing half of its value within that time. And of course, it's lost a lot more when we look back at previous time frames before that. It's up a lot. Basically from here, it's up about 8 or 9 times, and from this high here, it's down about 8 times, or so 6 times rather, but 6 times lower from that high. So you can say it's up and down 6 times, depending on which point you want to start from. With that being stated on the daily, We have levels of support in here that held on the second time, and within the 18, it's holding in there, but it looks as if it might be ready to get above it. I would think that if it's able to clear across any of this level of resistance, see price action move up to like 39, 40, 41, that this thing has potential for pretty decent sized moves there after that. And to finish this off, I want to talk a little bit about gambling, calculated gambling at that, as I'm only up on 3 games total. Number 1 and 2, pretty close to gains on each side. I'm guessing number 1 game for profit for me is poker. That's the net total profit my lifetime. Made more in this than anything else. Trading, pretty much up there with poker, as cryptos have done very well for me. But my number 3 profitable game, and it's only 3 that I have had profit with, and it's not sports. And I have enough sample size to make it count. And technically, I don't know how I can be down on it, because my 3rd highest game is that of bingo. Yeah. It's not a skill game, and obviously I got lucky. I hit 2 jackpots, one for 1,000, and then I hit another like $600 or $800 one, or I split a jackpot for like 400 or 500. Plus I had a $100 prize once or twice, and a bunch of 30s, 40s, and 50s. I don't even know if I've spent more than $1,000 on it before, so I gotta be up on it. But I haven't played bingo now in 22 years, 21 years. It's been that long since I've played. But what I want to add on that list is that of sports. So just for personal reasons, and of course I got to take that ad away, because I would technically be down. So I'm putting in what I consider a very not a solid, I hope so, yes, but a more just a computer way of thinking, just going on with the system that I've got designed. When I was watching the Leaf game in the first period, I wanted to really see how the flow of the teams were, how much the Leafs would be really up for the game, and if the Rangers are they going to show up? And I don't think the Rangers are showing up, and I think the Leafs are playing at top notch, which is why I decided near the end of the first period to make a bet on the Leafs. But on a statistical level, the Rangers don't do well at all into that extra period. And I've been just doing some mathematical statistics as the average results translate to betting lines. So overall, the home team on average should be minus 127. And when we have a spot like this on the 1.5, the way it's set up, if this should be 1.5 road, I think here. No, that's right. So minus 127 is the line. Whenever the home team is favored by minus 127, the 1.5 line should be around minus or plus 174. And if the road team is plus 128-ish area, then the 1.5 line should be about plus 245. And I'm noticing that puck lines may be where to go within the NHL play. As far as totals are concerned, basically the average line has been 6. This is what I'm doing quickly. This is the last week or so, just going statistics to see how often a team wins by multiple goals. No, basically I'm just trying to get as much statistics as I can along the way, but I'm going to find a better way of doing this, because there's a lot of there's a lot of profit available in it, but a lot of staying focused and not making bets that are smart 99% of the time, at least, is what needs to be required. Thank you for tuning in, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.